we're Lightcraft, and this is Before It Made Sense.
What's up, everybody? Today we have Lightcraft with us. They're an anthemic pop band from Jakarta, Indonesia, and they've taken their music across North America, Europe, Asia, and played major international stages like South by Southwest to Liverpool Sound City, and built nearly a 20-year story as a band. That longevity alone, it's rare. So we're excited to talk about the music, the journey, and everything that happened before it made sense. Welcome, guys. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you guys. Yay.
Yes. So for anyone discovering Lightcraft for the first time, how would you describe the band and the world that you're building right now? Like, tell us about your story that you're making.
Well, I guess the story that we have is basically built on hope. I guess that's the foundation of everything that we do because, well, when we started the band, we didn't really, it wasn't, obviously when you're a kid in college, you start a band and you don't really look long term, right? You just put out some stuff and hope that you get to play gigs. But then it just developed and developed further. And then internally, we also developed this hope within us that we could take this even further than we ever imagined and, make it something big. Well, it's not that big now yet, but yeah, we always have hope. And that hope in itself, it also became the foundation of our music and our songs and the lyrics as well. And also, I guess, the objective behind the music in itself, which is to instill hope in people who listen to our songs. And, just let them know that tomorrow might be a better day than today. So that kind of thing.
That's the hope. With the hope that's what makes us move forward. Because if we don't have the hope, we're gonna be stuck right here. So based on what we hope for, so that's what makes us move. That's basically like this, man. Move forward.
Right.
Being as together and as long as you guys have been, I'm sure that hope has you had to really practice it sometimes, or it felt kind of like, I don't know what's gonna happen. How did the sound change from before making the hope to having to practice the hope? Like, how has the sound transitioned through that time for you guys?
For me personally, as long as what we do, we still have the hope and love. So it might sound cringe, but it has challenges. We've been through 20 years. We've been changing some of our personals, and we've been going through some changes in music. So beside hopes, we also have the dynamics in the band that makes it interesting.
Yeah, so I guess that also applies to the music as well. Because I suppose any musician or any band or any artist in their particular field of art, they will develop their skills, their capabilities. And of course, behind all of that, they would still have their hope, I gotta get better than this, I gotta do something bigger than this. So I guess that's where the hope then, developed us as a band and also for our music. That makes sense. Yeah.
And so let's go back to the first days of Lightcraft. You started in 2006 during university. What was that season of life like?
Oh, we just turned, 2021, those days.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we really didn't think of much, really. I was in a band with our old drummer when we were in high school, and we went to the same uni. Coincidentally, we shared a flat with Fari here, and we started thinking, the drummer and I, we were talking about we should play music again and try to get new band members. So he was our first port of call because he was just next door, basically, always with his girlfriend. Doing God knows what. Oh yeah, of course you were. and yeah, we asked him if he wanted to join in. He was very much really into Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, that time.
Yeah, so we got him to join in, and then one of our other housemates had a friend who plays piano, and yeah, we got him to join as well. And Fari had another friend who played guitar and also played bass, and yeah, so we just randomly picked other Indonesians in the campus area.
But basically, we just pick whoever we know, so who can play. So, and then we can still okay, we can get along well. So basically, what we see is the human first, not it's not the skill first. So we try to connect first as a human because we are building a band, right? It's not you see the project is at first we just wanted to have fun at first. So basically while we collecting people, so we need to find people that fun.
Collecting people and playing with them and making a band is one part of making the music, but also the audience and the people who hear your music. Do you remember like the first person or group of people or event that made you feel like people are listening to our music? Like people do like what they're hearing.
Oh,
Do you
not from
remember?
first gig, not from first gig, right?
Oh, definitely not the first gig.
Oh, now I feel like there's some more to that story.
I think that was our first proper gig. I think it was a collective gig. So there were bands from many different genres, and we played before a couple of punk bands. So our music was so mellow and melancholic back then. You know, we were like five sad boys. We had to play after two punk bands, one of which had this guy who just stripped off naked and went on stage and just jumped around. And we obviously that was very intimidating for us. And I think I was telling the Safari at the time, I told him that something along the lines of, I think they're gonna kill us after we play our first note. But yeah, we escaped unscathed. But yeah, but I think the first time that we felt like people actually, you know, appreciated our music was the gig after that. When, you know, like, yeah, was it, Sorry?
So to be honest, I actually forgot. I don't remember the first gig because of the punk guy. It was 30 years ago. What do you expect, man?
Yeah, well, makes sense. But I guess, probably one of the main things that got us to think that, okay, people actually dig our sound is when we started to get invitations to play at different gigs.
Yeah, I think that recognizing that your sound hits an audience and the fact that you're welcomed into a place that it's kind of like, it shows that there's definitely some breakthrough in the music. That's like on a larger scale, but like on a smaller scale, like what about your friends and family, and when they asked you guys about the band and about the music, like how did it feel? Was that hope there? Like what was that journey for you guys with your family and friends?
To be honest, my mom, until today, she hasn't even ever attended our concert yet. Even listened to our music. Only Imam's mom. Imam always support him.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, we actually have a song that I wrote that was basically about me. It was basically a protest song because my mom wouldn't let me play music. Like that became one of the first songs that we ever wrote as a band. So yeah, but I guess my parents, my family, my mom especially, she eventually supported me even to this day. But yeah, I guess family-wise,
Actually, the challenge is not faced by most of Indonesians, the parents, because in Indonesia, I mean, back then, the music industry, I mean, like, not promising to them. So most of the parents like, why you play music? How are you gonna live? How are you gonna eat? Something like that. So that's the challenges for us, I mean, back then, to play music.
Yeah, I guess that applies to most third world countries. You know, like, you want to play music? How are you gonna support your family? Like, I don't know.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you guys look well fed. You're still smiling, hydrated. So I guess you figured it out.
That's because we have our jobs.
Don't do to honest. Just say you made
They're rock stars now, guys. Come on.
it.
But that's important. You have to work. I mean, we all work, and the 9 to 5, that makes the art that much better because you're not just doing it for the glitz, the glamour, the views. It's for the love of the art. So kudos for doing the balance. I mean, that's huge. I don't think it gets enough love as it should. Like, yes, it's a huge part.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think most people actually really appreciate the fact that when, you know, people who work in the arts, they have to juggle between two different worlds, you know what I mean? That is one hell of a challenge. And once you're there, then you know how it feels, right?
And that's for everybody out there listening. You have to do it. You got to do it. Like, it makes it. A lot of the art comes from their day-to-day living and what you go through in life. And I think that inspires the best art too.
Sure.
So as you've been traveling for shows, how did you feel about representing Lightcraft? Did you feel like you were representing yourself or Indonesia? What was it like traveling to different countries and experiencing that?
Being in a band like Lightcraft, I mean, we are from Indonesia. It's another advantage. I mean, people are like curious to listen to our song. I mean, band from Indonesia and something like that. So it gives benefits, right, Imam?
Yeah.
Why do you think Indonesian, I mean, going abroad, I mean, going places
Sorry,
internationally?
what kind of benefits are we talking about?
Yeah, people, people are curious about the music. A band from, maybe they never come across any band from Indonesia. So maybe it makes them curious about the band.
Oh yeah,
And
for
the-
sure, man.
Hey,
Yeah, and especially, I mean, well, I guess, but nowadays there's a lot of Indonesian acts playing abroad now. They're doing tours, and even in the US, like one of the bands that I know, Girl Gang, they just did a tour of the US. Another one, Reality Club, went on tour in the US like last year, I think. So it's great to see so many Indonesian acts getting the chance to showcase what they can do abroad. But as for us, I guess we represent ourselves, we represent our music, and by default, we are also represent our country. And to be able to do that is an honor, even though not really that appreciated. But I mean, we don't care. Like, it is a blessing and an honor just to be able to get the opportunity to play abroad, like anywhere. And as far as you said, the benefits, yeah, we look different. So when we go to play places like, let's say, Russia, where they're all white, oh, we're this weird looking Asian people who, God, we don't look Chinese, we look Japanese. What the hell are these people? But yeah, it helps. We're exotic.
Foreign flavors.
Yeah.
Well, you guys definitely traveled and played a lot of places around the world for sure. So I think you go places, you leave a bit of your sound and you take a bit of that experience with you. Do you feel like changing your avenue, your venue, any takeaway that you've gotten from really anywhere in the world that you're like, wow, this is really different, or this has really opened up my perspective? You've been all over the place, really.
Yeah, I guess for me, we just learn from every culture, every new culture that we encounter, every new people, every new like musicians that we play with. We take away bits and pieces of everything positive that we could say. Like, for example, one of the biggest things that we learned, and we talked about this internally, that when we went to Canada to play Canadian Music Week in 2015, we shared the stage with this band from New Jersey called Wyland, who eventually became our friends, really good friends of ours. I mean, that we were playing at a bar, I don't remember the name of the bar, and nobody was there apart from the bartender, a couple of bouncers, the organizers, and the band Wyland and us, right? There were no like other people there, as far as I can remember.
And wireless also.
Yeah, so Wyland played first, and how they conducted themselves, it felt like they were playing in a huge ass stadium, because the energy that we felt, the professionalism that they displayed. I mean, for us, it was so profound. And at that moment, we looked at each other and we said, like, damn, we gotta be like, we have to have that attitude, wherever we play, and however the turnout, we just have to still give 110%. So yeah, I guess that's an example of what we learned.
Yeah. Any city or country that blew your expectations or was like completely different from what you thought it was going in?
I think it's Russia right now because, like what Imam said, and then our schedule, we were performing, we were the second band that song that day. So it was like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So it was raining right at the moment. So when we started, it was like only 1 or 2 row of people watching us. And suddenly after the second song, if I'm not mistaken, of the third song we played, and suddenly people pull from the front to the back. And well, it's like full house. Well, it's not like what we imagined. And then after show, we just packing our stuff on the backstage. And then suddenly one of the guy came and then they said, are you guys ready? And we were like, ready for what? Oh, there are people waiting for you outside. And then the people were lining out outside, asking for autograph and stuff like that. And that was crazy for us.
Yeah, on that day, I got to sign a man's tit. So that was an experience, like an old Russian guy. I lift up his shirt and I signed it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, being a rock star is not all that cracked up to be anymore, huh? Now they talked about in the movies.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was definitely a great moment for you guys. And outside, we're seeing the production of the show. We're seeing all the sound and music together. And behind the scenes, that takes a lot of work. And you just don't wake up one day and get an invitation to travel around the place. Like,
yeah.
What was it like to build that like discipline and that artistry, that professionalism internally between all the members?
I guess one of the main key takeaways that we could talk about is just the hustle part of the whole process, keep being persistent and persevere even with the rejections and whatnot. But I mean, like, for example, for South by Southwest, we applied 5 times. Got rejected
4
every
times.
4 times, sorry, yeah. We got rejected 4 times until 5th time's the charm, I guess. So it's just a matter of keep going at it, not giving up, have the commitment to the vision and the mission that we have. I guess, across the 20 years, I mean, as far as you mentioned, like we've had some changes in members. You know, life can throw. I mean, there are definitely curveballs in life that we have had to face. So yeah, just for example, our drummer left a couple of years ago, I think, because yeah, he had to focus on work, had 4 kids. Yeah, so he had bigger priorities in life, but that he couldn't balance properly. So I mean, for us to still be here after 20 years, it's insane. But yeah, at the same time, we're really grateful to still be able to do this and not be physically unable to do it because of
What we got tired sometimes though. Like
you get tired.
but yeah, because normally we got tired. I mean, literally tired on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things that come into it, including as far as I said, like physically, we have considering like our age. I mean, we're not that old, but you gotta still keep ourselves fit. So we know, okay, we have to go to the gym, we have to exercise, and we have to get facelifts. Oh no, not just kidding. This is natural. So yeah.
The Lightcraft effect.
It's a new TikTok filter.
So doing all the work, because I mean, it is a lot of work to travel and tour. What is one thing that you would tell any artist out there that's listening that wants to travel, wants to make music abroad and perform it abroad? What is some advice that you would give to them before they make that journey?
Do you want to go first?
Brothers.
Okay, fine.
I mean, we want to focus on music. That's the work. I mean, like we do what we can, and then we hope for the best. It's kind of cliche, but that's what we do. Even that's a lot of work though behind the scene.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's why I eventually, funnily enough, due to all the hustling or the networking and stuff, I actually work in music right now because of like what I've been doing with Lightcraft, which is, I don't know, it's a blessing. But like coming back to the question, like personally, my advice: if you go abroad, don't treat it as a holiday. It's like I've seen other bands who I will not obviously name because I will be stoned to death if I mention their names. They go out there and they think more about, oh, let's go to this place or let's go to this tourist attraction. Yeah, and oh, what are we gonna eat over there? And they just go out there with that sort of mentality. And also a bit of a sort of a rock star mentality whereby they're like, oh, we got invited to play abroad. That means we're huge. No, you're not. Like you are nothing. It's a huge world. So many good musicians out there. We're just specks of dust trying to be bigger dust. What? That doesn't make any sense.
No, I think
That's my life. How big a that can be.
but it sounds like humility is you remember that even though you have a great opportunity, you didn't make it yet. Like you said, like we're just pieces of dust or around other pieces of dust, and you guys are just watching us be a little less dusty,
Yeah, less dustier than the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Especially when we go abroad, I mean, play internationally, we treat it as like we're working. So whatever we do there, it must be related to the band or to the music, something like that. So even if we don't plan for something like, say, go there, this place, that place. So maybe we go to one country, maybe we plan like, okay, we need to meet this guy, that guy, like someone from the industry. Even when we go traveling like with family, like one time I went to Bangkok, he asked me, hey, go find this guy. He got this event and something like that. Go meet up with him. Even when we do vacation, I mean, we still try to connect with people in music industry.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like to be honest, during my honeymoon, I actually set up a meeting because I went on a honeymoon to Melbourne, Australia. And even then, I still set up a meeting with this guy who, and my wife was she's pretty understanding. So thank God for that. But
Yeah, shout out to good wives out there. I'm also married too. That support, it changes you, man. Congratulations on having a good wife.
and you
Have a
too.
good Thank you. So, we're talking about the big things in life. We're talking about traveling. You've learned being humble, being disciplined, even when you're around the other rock stars. And I'm sure even, amongst your travels, there's been some artists that you've made connections with.
Yeah.
But is there an artist or band right now whose sound you're saying influence your sound, or you feel like you've been incorporating a bit more of like something that they've done into your craft?
I guess since we're actually on the cusp of introducing our new sound again. So our influences has changed throughout the years. Like for example, when we first started out, it was mainly Coldplay and a lot of other British bands of that ilk. But right now, oh god, I mean, it really has changed. You know, from there was a certain point in time where we sort of focused more on what we've listened to back when we were kids. So that means music from the late '80s or early '90s. So there were hints of like Duran Duran, Pet Shop Boys, lots of UAV stuff. But right now, we're taking in a lot more electronic music stuff into our music. So, phew, there's quite a few, lots of electronic producers. Rufus Dissol, there's a band called Last Lings from Australia. Odessa, Fred again, Elderbrook, yeah, Hayden James, Cold Panda. That's a lot. So, yeah, I'll stop there before I continue even further.
So what's the songwriting process like? Is it a melody that comes first? Is it a guitar, drum? What is it from the idea to getting it to released?
So what we used to do back then was that I would write something like basically the bare bones of a song, and then I would bring it to the other guys, and we will take it to the studio and just jam it out, see where we could take the song to. I guess these days I would actually make like a complete demo. I use Logic, so I make a complete demo in Logic, send the track to the other guys, and then they could have a listen, and we would either still jam it out in the studio, or maybe Fari would come by to my place and, you know, like work on the guitar parts, or same goes for the other guys, like the drummer would come over and tweak the beats a little bit, like he would adjust them so that it would be more realistic of him to play live rather than like make a beat, and then when we play it live, then he would go like, what the hell am I gonna play it here? So yeah, it has changed quite a bit, the songwriting process. I mean, technology has helped a lot, really. Oh no, I'm saying this like
faster.
yeah. Well, yeah, true.
Rather than we go to studio and then jam it out, I mean, like it takes time. After that, we go back, we listen to it, and then we go back to studio, jam it out again. So it takes a lot of time. So whether we make a demo, like Imam said, make a demo, and then all the guys are like, okay, maybe we can do like this, like that. So it's like more, I want to say, idea exchange is faster. Whether we jam it out, so we just give out ideas. I mean, the drummer, me on the keyboardist, something like that.
Yeah, and it's a lot cheaper as
faster.
well, because you don't have to rent a studio.
The point is the faster thing, because we don't have time.
Yeah.
We're getting older, man.
What?
We need to do it fast.
Because we're close to death. That way you make.
Fast, no time wasting anymore.
Well, tell us a bit more about the song Hold Your Breath. Like, a lot of your sound is very like piano, guitar, riff, nostalgic. I'm in the dream world where I'm listening to the music. And you said that your sound is changing a bit now. When you look at that song and you see the level of traction that it got, how do you still focus on the emotional aspect of what you're making versus, you know, let's get the numbers. This is what the people like versus this is what we like to make.
Yeah, I guess we don't really like to look back over our shoulder into the past. It's so great that Hold Your Breath got decent traction online, but I guess the emotional essence of this song, of the lyrics, is still there, because that won't change because I'm still writing the songs. If I don't, then that probably change. So I'm still the sad boy as I was 20 years ago. But yeah, I guess we did revisit the song recently because we actually put out a translated version of the song, like Milan into Glass Asia, which was an experiment of some sort, I guess.
The emotion's still there. I mean, it's still the same, but we try to present it in a different way with the same old emotions. It's just the presentations. It's like the cover. So we change the cover. We still the same inside.
The cover gets dustier.
As do all things, right?
Yeah. Just to add on to that, but I guess we still try to be as relevant as possible in terms of like the themes of the songs that we write, because we want a song to, you know, to have this energy that we could share with other people, with the listeners. There has to be a middle ground where we could again share that energy together, whether it's live or whether it's through just listening to the music. So obviously there's a bit of compromise in terms of the songwriting process, but it's still something that also that resonates emotionally with us as well too.
Well, you guys are focused on the emotion aspect of giving out that sound and that moment with people, and you know that came from a lot of your journey where your dedication to keeping the music And, there are definitely times when things aren't impressive, aren't as glamorous. And there are definitely still people all over the world trying to make music and hitting that same part when it's like, you don't see the results and things aren't coming together the way that you hope they would in the moment. What's something that you would like to leave those people? What's something hopeful that you would like to say for someone who doesn't believe things are going to really change around for them, or it's not really worth pursuing anymore?
Right. Go on, old man. Go first.
The wisdom.
Yeah.
For me, like whatever we do, this is what I'm doing in Lightcraft. So whatever I do, I have to have the heart in it. I mean, like we can move forward without any hesitation. So even in making music, music change. I mean, the people, the piece change. I mean, the music, even now you can listen to any kind of music on platform. And so it's hard if you want to follow like A, B, or C. So just you see where you're going, you do it with your heart. That's for me. So that's what I'm doing right now. So maybe in the future, I will have no regrets. Maybe there's something that I miss out. Maybe there's something that along the way that I miss out. But I know what I'm doing right now. It's coming from the heart. Be honest to yourself. You can just like simply, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. But just follow your heart. I mean, like, okay, you want to do that? Do it with all of your heart. I don't sound too serious.
No, it's great advice. Would you say that following your heart is about following everything that you want to do, or would you say focus on one thing you care about the most, or the one that's more practical? Where did your heart take you?
Heart comes second. I mean, the first one is you have to observe, right? Observe the surrounding, observe the trend and stuff. And then, like I say, there are a lot of options. A, B, C, D. And then whether you want to choose A or B, just you go for it and then do it with your heart. But always observe first. I mean, the situation, what is surrounding, what the music's going on, and then the heart follows after that.
Where do you see your heart taking you in 2026?
To the grave.
Right now, so like I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and I do it with all of my heart. So it's not like my heart taking me to decide. It's like what I see, what I observe. I mean, the surroundings. Okay, the music is going to be like this. So is it if I'm going to do this, I have to do it with all of my heart. You don't go blindly with your heart, but you need to see the surroundings, to see what's happening around you, and then you choose. Don't just with your heart, but choose it like, okay, I want to do this, and then you give your heart into it.
That's good advice.
Something like-
Yeah, don't choose with your heart, but after you observe and you choose, put your heart into it. That's
Yes,
the wisdom. Thank you.
I'm too old for that, man.
But you're here for wisdom.
Well, what else does Lightcraft have in store for 2026?
So 2026, this is our 20th anniversary year, which is supposed to be in August. So we have a few plans lined up, including a few releases. One of which is a reworked edition of our debut EP, which was first released in 2006 and is not available anywhere. At the time, we just put it out on CD and we lost the masters, so we couldn't upload it to anywhere, which is really dumb. But yeah, so we decided like, okay, why not? We just rework the whole EP, it's 7 songs, do it in our current style, and that could be the perfect. How should I put it? The perfect thing. Yeah, the perfect thing to symbolize the 20th anniversary. Yeah, and after that, we're also planning to put out like proper new songs, collaborations with a lot of people, including a couple of Japanese producers, and that will be compiled into possibly a mini album, hopefully an album. We'll see how that goes. And in between that, we're planning to hold a showcase to celebrate the 20th anniversary that will happen in September. I would love to invite you guys to come over, but it's way too far.
I mean, you never know what we might be able to do in the coming months. Listen, sky's the limit. So always have the invite.
Okay, well, Stacey, we're still gonna send you guys.
Yeah.
Where could the listeners find this at?
Well, they could follow us on any of our socials, including Instagram, X. I was gonna say Twitter, Instagram, X, TikTok. And yeah, we're still on Facebook as well. It's at Lightcraft Music, and we're on YouTube as well. You can check out all the videos that we have, music videos and live videos that we've had throughout the years. That's at Lightcraft Videos. What else am I missing, Fari?
Just go.
Oh, okay. What? I'm asking you what else.
Just go and see me dance.
Oh, and also, of course, our music is on all digital streaming platforms, which I won't name because I don't know. You guys may get sponsored by one of them some in the future.
Find music on that platform. You could find like
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys, it's been such a pleasure to see you guys again and to see the growth and the journey. It's really cool. We feel like we're part of your story. Like we're watching the growth, we're keeping up with you guys, and we really appreciate you for taking the time out and speaking with us again. It was great.
It's an honor, guys, and it's so great to have you guys on this journey. And we know that this is like, what time is it over there? Like early morning? So yeah, thank you.
You guys look sleepy though.
They just started.
Thank you, and I just can't believe how young everybody still looks, man.
Same as for you guys.
It's like we're all together, man. How many years already?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we've all got good genes. Thank our parents for that.